Hello everybody, my name is Joseph Williams, and today we'll be talking about computers. So you've probably heard of terms like RAM or hard drive or maybe a processor. But do you really understand what each component of a PC does? There's a lot you could talk about for a long time with even just one of these parts. So I'm going to give you a very broad and general overview of what each part does. There are about 7 main parts of a PC, but there can be more than that, of course. Even just a few years ago, having around 9 main parts making up a PC was almost standard. This is because parts like the optical drive aren't really used anymore. Because who really uses CDs? So the first part of the PC I'll be going over is the power supply. This is the first part. This is the part that powers everything in the PC. It does it all in an advanced way more than just a regular AC adapter. So think of it as an advanced AC power adapter. This is because the PC needs always changing amounts of power at any time, from low idle amounts to high power amounts, in situations like gaming or hard workloads. It does this in a matter of seconds, so the power supply has no small tasks. The next part would be the motherboard. This is the part of the PC that connects all other parts together in the circuit board. It either has parts plugged into it or uses ports for other parts to plug into it. So basically, the motherboard directly or indirectly disconnects all other pieces of the PC together. The third main part of the PC is the central processing unit, or the CPU. This is commonly thought of as the brains of the PC. Although the PC itself is more of a big brain itself, so you can think of the CPU as the brains of the brains. This part of the PC carries out the commands given to it. It comes in the form of a small chip that goes on the motherboard. The next piece of a computer, it would be the RAM. RAM stands for Random Access Memory. It is a memory that is always available and the fast speeds for a CPU to store temporary information on it. The RAM is similar to the next part of the PC known as the SSD. The SSD stands for Solid State Drive. This is a storage facility for more permanent information. The SSD is similar to the next part called the hard drive, actually. The hard drive, you may have heard this term before, is like a solid state drive but slower. It uses mechanical disk that spins to retrieve its information. While the SSD is all digitized with no moving parts, it is much faster. In the most modern PCs, the SSD is replacing or being paired with high capacity hard drives. When paired, the hard drive is used for lots of amounts of data, and that doesn't get accessed often. So the speed doesn't matter too much. The SSD is used for the main operating system or any data that needs to be easily accessible with speed. The next part is not actually a part, but rather a system of fans or a cooling element for heat dispersion. A byproduct of computation is using electricity. When using electricity is heat. To operate efficiently as possible, heat needs to be expelled. So a cooling element is very important. The next part of the PC isn't especially needed, but for any real world use, it is. This is the graphics processing unit, or a GPU. This handles all graphical computation for video output. The last part is the case. It holds all the parts together and aids in cooling the PC. There are other smaller parts such as heat sinks, video capture cards, and of course the peripherals. The heatsink helps in extreme cooling situations. The video capture card helps in recording the graphical information outputted by the graphics processing unit or GPU. And of course, the peripherals like your keyboard which you type on, the monitor which you look at, and the mouse which you move. All in all, these parts make up a PC plus or minus a few. You now have a basic understanding of the basic functions of a personal computer. Thank you for your time.